it's me, Matt Stone. Today we're on our way up Route 66 out of California from Los Angeles. We won't be driving all the way to the border, but we're going to see how far we can get towards Arizona. We're currently sat in between Fontana and San Bernardino, and we're about to make a stop off at the McDonald's Museum. Okay, so we're here at the McDonald's Museum in Amboy, I think. It's basically a large collection of toys and McDonald's merchandise, all sorts, and a lot of it has been sent in by people around the world. In fact, we've been told we can send in our own McDonald's merchandise or toys along with a selfie, and it will be made into a little plaque and put into one of the display cabinets. You can see that the stuff that's donated has little plaques next to them showing who's donated it and where in the world it's come from. We also noticed there's an entire display case for Scotland. The Scots love their McDonald's, it seems. So we're going to get back on the road in a minute because we've still got a lot of miles to cover till the end of the day. But I'm just going to show you one last little thing, which is a case full of merchandise and props from the movie The Founder, which came out last year or the year before. I watched it recently, it's awesome, you should check it out. But yeah, here's a bunch of stuff that was donated to the museum from the makers of the film. We're just on our way up the Cajon Pass, which is some of the mountains coming out of the sort of San Bernardino area. You can probably hear in the background there is a very long train somewhere up here, currently making its way up the pass. We're actually stopped now on, this is an old part of Route 66, and you can probably see behind me there's two lanes. You've got this lane here and the lane I'm stood in. This lane is the main road, it's basically a normal two-lane road, and the lane that we're stood in is an abandoned piece of highway, because before they built the interstate this would have been the main road up and down this pass, whereas now it's just for local traffic. And you might just be able to see over the top there somewhere, basically just behind this ridge is the interstate, which is obviously pretty much the case along most of Route 66, where the interstate's replaced an existing road. Sometimes it's actually been built on top of the existing Route 66, but we're lucky that a lot of the stretches in California are still intact, although partially abandoned. So we're going to carry on along this route and head down the other side into the Mojave Desert. So we've just been in the California Route 66 Museum, and out of all the Route 66 museums I've been to, I've never been to such a friendly one. We pretty much had a personal tour with Lou, who's one of the volunteers, and I can honestly recommend, if you're ever in California and you're driving on Route 66, this is a must stop. You definitely need to stop off here. They've got a really cool collection of Route 66. So it's not the biggest museum, but the information and the stories that Lou will tell you, prepared to have a few hours available because it's brilliant. So we're just going to head to Barstow, and that's probably going to be the end of our trip for today because we need to get back to LA before it gets dark. So yeah, we'll see you in Barstow. So we've come towards the end of our day. We stopped off in Barstow. We're probably going to take the interstate back because we were in the California Route 66 Museum a lot longer than we expected. But we've come here to Barstow Harvey House, which is next to Barstow Station. This is the Amtrak station. Still an active station, although it only appears to have 2 tracks now. You can see used to have a lot more platforms. It's also now home to a railroad museum. You can see behind me there's lots of vintage locomotives, the Santa Fe and all sorts. And behind, on the other side, is still an active train yard. But we're just walking down to have a little look at the Harvey House. And Harvey houses were basically like early hotels for railroad travellers. They tend to be very grand buildings, very large buildings, and we've seen lots of examples of them in photos and in other videos we've watched, and the Barstow one's apparently one of the best.